I Thoth the Atlantean, master of mystery, keeper of records, mighty magic, magician, living from generation to generation, being about to pass into the halls of Amenti, set down for the guidance of those who came after. These are the records for mighty wisdom of great Atlantis, in the great city of Kior, on the island of Undor. In a time far past, I began this incarnation. Not as the little men of the present age did the mighty ones of Atlantis live and die, but rather from eon to eon did renew their life in the halls of Amenti, where the river of life flows eternally onward. 100 times 10 have I descended the dark way that led into light, and as many times have I ascended from the darkness into light, my strength and power renewed. Now for a time I descend, and the men that came shall know me no more, but in time yet unborn will I rise again, mighty and potent, requiring accounting of those who left behind. Then aware, O men of Kim, if ye have falsely betrayed my teachings, for I shall cast ye down from the highest stage to the darkness of the case where you came. Betray not my secrets to the men of the north or the men of the south, lest my curse fall upon ye. Remember and heed my words, for surely will I return again, and require of thee that which ye guard. Aye, even from beyond time and from beyond death will I return, rewarding or punishing, as ye have acquitted your trust. Great were my people in the ancient days, great beyond the conception of the little people now around me, knowing the wisdom of old, seeking far within the heart of infinity, knowledge that belongs to earth's youth. Wise were we with the wisdom of the children of light who dwelt among us. Strong were we with the power drawn from the eternal fire. And all of these, greatest among the children, men, was my father taught me, keeper of the great temple, linked with the children of light, who dwelt within the temple, and erased the men who inhabited the 10 islands. Mouthpiece, after the 3 of the dweller of Kunal, speaker to the kings of with the voice that must be obeyed. Grew I then from a child of manhood, being taught by my father the elder mystery, until in time there I grew within the fire of wisdom, until it burst into a consuming flame. Not desired I, but the attainment of wisdom, and took the great gate the command came from the dweller of the temple that I be brought before him. Few there were among the children of men who looked upon his mighty face and lived. For not as the sons of men are the children of light, when they are not incarnate in a physical body. Chosen was I from the sons of men, taught by the dweller so that his purpose might be fulfilled. Purpose yet unborn in the womb of time. Long ages I dwelt in the temple, learning ever and yet evermore wisdom, until I approached the light, entitled with the great flame, taught me he, the path to Amenti, the underworld where the great king sits upon his throne of might. Deep I bowed in homage for the Lord of life, the Lord of death, receiving as my gift as the key of life. Free was I of the halls of Amenti, bound not by death to the circle of life. Far to the stars I journeyed until space and time became as naught. Then, having drunk deep of the cup of wisdom, I looked into the hearts of men, and there I found great mysteries and was glad. For only in the search for the truth could my soul be stilled, its flame within be quenched. Down through the ages I live, seeing through all around me to take the cup of death and return again in the light of life. Gradually from the kingdoms of the land just passed the ways of consciousness that had been with one thing, only replaced by final star in obedience to law. The word from the master grew into a flower, downward into the darkness, turned the thoughts to the lantern, until last his wrath arose from his the Quasi, the dweller. Speaking the word, calling the power, deep in their hearts the sons of Amenti, heard and hearing, directing and changing, the power of fire that burns eternally, changing and shifting, using the logos until that fire changed its direction over the world. then broke the great waters, drowning and sinking, changing Earth's balance, until only the Temple of Light was left standing. On the great mountain, the Undals rising, the water some that were left living, paid from the rush of the fountains, called to the men, then the masters, saying, gather ye together, my people, taken by the art. Ye have learned and fought across the water, until ye reach to the land of the hairy barbarians, dwelling in the caves of the desert. Follow them in a plan that ye know of. Gather them, I, my people, into the great ship of the Master. Upward we rose into the morning dark beneath us of the temple. Suddenly over it rose the waters, vanished from the earth until the time appointed was a great sickle blast for tourism of the morning. Until beneath us lay the land of the children of Kim. Raging they came with cudgels and spears, lifting to anger, seeking to slay and utterly destroy the sons of Atlantis. Then I raised my staff and directed a ray of vibration, striking them, still in their tracks as fragments of stone in the mountain. Then I spoke to them words calm and peaceful, telling them the might of Atlantis, saying we were children of the sun and his messengers. Cowed them by my display of magic science, until at my feet they grovel when I released them. Long dwelt we in the land of Kim, long and yet long again, until obeying the commands of the Master, who while sleeping yet lives eternally, I sent from the sons of Atlantis, sent them away in many directions, that from the womb of time wisdom might rise again in her children. Long time I dwelt, I in the land of Kim, doing great works by the wisdom within me. Upward grew into the light of knowledge, the children of Kim. Watered by the rains of wisdom, blasted I passed out to immenity, so that I might retain my power. Living from age to age, a son of Atlantis, keeping the wisdom, preserving the reckless, grew with the sons of Kim, conquering the people around them, flowing slowly upward so forth. Now for a time I go from among them into the dark halls of Amenti, deep in the halls of the earth, before the lords of the powers, face to face once again with the dweller, raised high over the entrance, a doorway, a gateway, leading down to Amenti. Few there would courage to dare it. Few past the portal, the dark Amenti, raised over the passage. I, a mighty pyramid, using a power that overcomes Earth's force. Deep and yet deeper place I the force house or chamber. From it carved I a circular passage reaching almost to the great summit. There in the apex set I a crystal, sending the ray into this time-space, drawing the force from out of the ether, concentrating upon the gateway to Amenti. Other chambers I built left vacant, to all seeming, yet hidden within them were the keys to Amenti. He who has the courage who is there of the dark realm, let him be purified by first long fasting, lying in the sarcophagus of the stone in my chamber, then reveal I to him the great mystery. Soon shall I follow where I shall meet him, even in the darkness of earth shall I meet him. I, Thoth, Lord of wisdom, meet him and hold him, dwell with him always. Builded I the great pyramid, pattern after pyramid of earth's force, burning eternally, so that I too might remain through the ages. In it I builded my knowledge of magic science, so that I might be here when again I return from Amenti. Yes, while I sleep in the halls of Amenti, my soul roaming free will incarnate, dwell among men in a form or another.